Thanks for watching the video, Dicati M1100 front wheel removal. If you like what you're seeing, please hit the subscribe button. First off, we're going to take our wrench and we're going to loosen the front axle nut. Don't take it completely out because you're going to use that nut to push the axle through the wheel and through the right fork so you can grab a hold of it and pull it out the other side. Next, we're going to loosen the pinch bolts that lock the axle into the forks. Once we have the left side pinch bolt loosened, we're going to remove the caliper. Be very careful with these calipers. They're kind of deceiving. These brake rotors and calipers are a little bit bigger than you would expect to be on this bike, and it is a tight fit to slide the caliper out of the wheel without scraping the wheel. So be very careful when you pull this caliper out. The last thing you want to do is scratch your wheel as you're removing it. So as you're removing these nuts and get them out of the way, what I typically do is kind of twist the brake caliper, and that gives you a little bit more space between the two brake pads, and it allows you to slide the caliper out of the wheel. But even with the caliper separated just a little bit, and these have pretty new pads on them, it was very little room to get that caliper past the wheel. So now we're going to jump on the right side. And we're just going to loosen the pinch bolts on the right side. And once those pinch bolts are loosened, let's jump onto the calipers. One thing I don't like about some of these Ducatis is how it has the brake line coming down to the right caliper, and then the little jumper line that comes from the caliper and goes over to the left caliper. I think Dicati could have done a better job of that. They should have at least used black brake lines. I've reached out to a Galfer brake line seller, and they're going to send me black Galfers for this bike. And I'll have one brake line going to each caliper from the master. So again, you see this part of the video shows you how close that caliper is to the wheel. So be very careful. You do not want to scratch your wheel or somebody else's wheel. So once the caliper's off, we're going to use a pit bull stand. We're going to pop the bike up into the air. And with the nut still on, you should be able to hit that nut and put the axle through the forks. Don't use a hammer. Whatever you do, don't use a hammer. So you see the axle comes out pretty easily. Pull the wheel out. Take your spacers, put the right spacer on the right side, the left spacer on the left side. It makes it easier putting it back together. Thanks for watching the video. I hope it was helpful for you.